Alright. Are we ready? Dive back in to episode 4. Twisted Karma and his last bow. It was indeed a most bizarre incident born of a cunning advertisement and a commonplace killing at the edge of town.
Pipe in hand, Sholmes looked down at the thick, rolling fog outside our window. I wonder exactly how many mysteries are out there, hidden within this bed of fog, he said. Indeed, a most bizarre incident, born of a curious advertisement.
Oh, red-headed league?
A hellhound's mad gallop through the shadows of a serial murder. An executed man's graveyard resurrection in the dead of night.
Trevor?
And a commonplace killing in a small, forgotten room at the edge of town. There is, naturally, always another side to every case, of which most remain ignorant. And it is that other side which compels me to the scene of the crime, Wilson. So quickly now, take your hat and let's be on our way, my dear fellow. For our adventure is not over yet. Come, the game is afoot.
Interesting. Most direct reference to Sholmes himself being involved in the plot. 8 days after that earth-shattering trial and Cosmo regaining his memory, you were in the foyer of one of London's most luxurious hotels, the Great Waterloo Hotel. Professor Mikitoba is due to arrive at any moment. Yes, I'm so glad we got here in time. Susato-san hasn't been the same since what happened. Not that I'm surprised. Truth about Cosmo-sama's father. Do you suppose my father knew? That he was actually the mass murderer, the professor, you mean? I knew that's what she was thinking about. There's a good chance, I'd say. I mean, they did come here to London together 16 years ago, didn't they? Yes, that's true. Come to think of it, didn't you say Professor Mikitoba knew about Cosmo going missing in Hong Kong as well? That's right. For some reason, he wasn't at liberty to talk to me about it. That probably means he knows then. About Cosmo showing up here in London with amnesia and that he's regained his memory now. Ah, there she is. Oh. Oh, Father! Hello, Susato. How are you? I'm very well, thank you. I'm delighted you've arrived safe and sound. And Judge? Hello, Mr. Naruhodo. Very kind of you to take the trouble to meet us here. Oh no, not at all. It's my pleasure. We've heard all about your extraordinary exploits here in London, you know. The news has crossed the seas. It has? I always look forward to reading the monthly reports that arrive with the steamships from Britain. Oh, I see. Well, thank you very much. Who is this man? And why do I feel as though I've seen him before? I take it from your expression that you can't quite place me. In that case, how about a little reminder, Seishiro? A firm tap should do it. Yes. A firm tap? What? Here we go, then. There. I hereby pronounce the defendant, Ryunosuke Naruhodo, guilty. Ooh! You're... in the flashback in his court costume. Oh, nice. The court will now hear the trial of Ryunosuke Naruhodo. Your Excellency! Hello, Judge June. Fuck. Concentrate. Judge Jigoku, how are you? It's been a long time. Good, you've remembered now. That really did the trick. Guilty. It just makes that sound effect when I bang it in the air. Only I was declared not guilty, wasn't I? And there was no laughing at the time. So, London again after all this time. I don't believe it's been 10 years. I feel like his name came up as one of the people part of the first exchange program with Cosmo's father and Mikitoba. Feel like. To be honest, I never thought I'd be back. Neither did I. Didn't imagine Japan would be invited to an international symposium like this. Really, I doubt anyone did, to be honest. It's all thanks to you, isn't it, Seishiro? What are you talking about, Yujin? Of course, Judge Jigoku. You must complete the set. He's the other man, 16 years ago. Came to London with Cosmo's father. And Professor Mikitoba. He's the third visiting scholar. Well, all those passport checks and luggage searches at the border took a rather a lot of time. I must say I'm very envious of your ministerial status. You didn't have to go through any of that, did you? Ah, I knew you were jealous. Sorry? Ministerial status? Yes, didn't you know? Seishiro here is also Japan's Minister of Foreign Affairs. It was his personal insistence that allowed you to take Cosmo's place here on this study tour. Guilty as charged. Why does your hairline give me Phoenix vibes? Like, he's got the spikes going on top, and he's got, like, the fucking, brush, bristle, mop, beard. The fucking, the fucking automatic car wash, bristle beard setup here. Is that an actual traditional thing? I will feel bad if it is an actual traditional sort of thing. I might look that up afterwards. Is it an actual traditional thing, or is it just a design choice? Oh, well, thank you very much. He's really every bit as important as he looks. Ah, yes now, Naruhodo. Received a telegram from Lord Stronghart yesterday. Oh, you did? It appears that some things came to light in a trial you were involved in 8 days ago. About what happened 10 years ago. That tragedy. Yes. Could you tell us any more about it? Not quite yet, though. That desk is known as the hotel reception. Anyone wanting to spend the night has to report there to sign in for their stay. Oh, so do you think that's the head clerk behind the desk there? Yes, I'm sure it must be. I'd love to stay in a grand hotel like this for a little while, wouldn't you? Just to know what it's like. If the hotel fee was paid through our stipend, I'm afraid it might bankrupt our homeland. True. London gives the word expensive a whole new meaning. Look at that! It's a picture of the Crystal Tower. Well, the Great Exhibition is one of Britain's most prestigious achievements in recent years. I wonder how tall it is. It does represent the pinnacle of scientific achievement in so many ways. It's a 20-meter tall tall chimney on the bathhouse near my lodgings at Yuma University. The tenant there is always boasting it's the tallest object in the neighborhood. I'm sure. Did you know that over the Chanel in Paris, there's a tower that's 300 meters tall? What? How many times taller than the chimney at Yume Soken Hot Springs is that? And if it's that tall, how does it draw properly? The smoke will get stuck, surely. It's a tower, not a chimney tower. I don't think it's that sort of tower, Mr. Naruhodo. Still. How do you work? Fancy ass carpet, though. Look at those cases just left there on that trolley. Aren't they worried about thieves? I know I am. Haven't you seen the porter over there? Don't worry, he's obviously keeping an eye on everything. Ah, so it's a trap designed to catch any chancers who might be tempted. Ah! You're a juror. Why did the porter give me such a scathing look just now, do you suppose? Well, some might say you look a little suspicious with your jet black clothes. Not everyone clad in black is some sort of ninja with intent to steal, you know? Have you seen all those sparkling jewels up there? They must have gathered every gem in the world for that. It's called a chandelier, I believe. Designed to provide elegant lighting in a large, spacious rooms like this. So they had to gather every gem in the world just to illuminate one room. It's probably electric light bulbs that are actually throwing the light. If I tried to hang something like that from the ceiling in the office, I'd be scraping on the floor. I think perhaps chandeliers aren't for you, Mr. Naruhodo. Oh. Anything else to see here? Plant. Plant. Bellhop. I was hoping we'd have like a Osanaga everywhere system. He's just a bellhop. Mr. Mikitoba, Hunter, could I show you something? Why do you seem so nervous? I suppose because I'm a student showing something to a professor. That's always quite nerve-wracking. Well, I'm sorry I perturb you in that way, but anyway, I'm afraid I have nothing useful to say about that, really. Oh. But it means I'm an attorney. It's Kazuma-sama's too. So, how was the voyage here? Well, 50 days at sea is a long time by anyone's standards. It wasn't as bad as when we first came 16 years ago. No, that's true. And I truly wondered if we wouldn't be drifting in that vast ocean for the rest of our lives. This time we followed the same route as you, so we were able to relax and enjoy the experience. Ah, so you stopped in France's beautiful capital, Paris? We did, yes, though only for one night. Yesterday evening we left the port of Dunkirk for Dover. Just in time for the symposium, in fact. It starts tomorrow. It's wonderful that you were invited to attend such an important international event. I'm very proud of you, Father. Oh. That's thanks to Seishiro here. 16 years ago, he managed to ingratiate himself with the Britain's Attorney General. I'm sure that's why he was invited. I suppose you could say I'm something of an appendage by default. Ah, speak for yourself, Yushin. You were close friends with the professor of forensic science at a major hospital. Yes, well, I'd rather not dredge all that up, really. No, there's been a lot of water under the bridge since then. It doesn't bring him back. Kazuma's father, I suppose. Professor, the killer who took the lives of 5 members of the British aristocracy, was actually Kazuma's father, wasn't he? That's correct. Genshin Asogi. I guess you can say he made a Genshin impact. You knew, I presume, Father? Yes, he was a close friend at the time. Genshin came to Britain as a police detective. He was studying investigative techniques at Scotland Yard. I've understood what drove the man to commit such heinous acts. It was a closed trial, so the public never knew the truth. He was executed with little ado. To this day, very few people know what really happened, even in our homeland. What about Cosmo? Did he know? Did he know the truth about his father? No, of course not. He was told his father passed from sickness. Shit. However, I suspect he may have had his doubts. Oh, why? As you know, I tried to guide Cosmo growing up as if he were my own son. And one day he came to my office at the university and said, "Decided. I want to travel to Great Britain and study there." Do you think he wanted to come here to investigate his father's death? I don't know. When I looked into his eyes, I did know that there was no way I'd be able to stop him. Something else came to light at that trial the other day, actually. Oh, what? Well, having disappeared in Hong Kong, been missing for almost a year. Cosmo's since turned up here in London. He's the apprentice of Lord Van Zieks. What? What? That's news to us! So, Lord Stronghart's telegram neglected to mention that part, then. Curious? Why? As you know, we both thought Cosmo had died on the steamship during our voyage to Great Britain in January. But he didn't die. He's alive. And you knew, didn't you, Father? In actual fact, no. But I did know. That when your ship docked at Hong Kong, he mysteriously vanished. Sent a team of investigators to Hong Kong to try and ascertain what had happened, but to no avail. But he's still alive, and here, in London, you say. Never dared even dream it. Why on earth did the young man not make contact? The government and the police have been chasing clues fruitlessly for months now. Well, it seems that he was suffering from amnesia. What? Amnesia? When he first came across him again here in London, didn't know who either of us were. I see. He only regained his memory 8 days ago. This is unbelievable. Yes, it's quite miraculous. Wonder why Lord Stronghart didn't let us know. Must speak with him urgently. I wonder how Cosmo's been these past few days. Coming back from the dead here. Are you wrong of us to go and visit him? Anyways. That began 16 years ago. That's a distant memory, really. It was Yujin here. Genshin Asogi, and myself. We were the original 3. First judicial scholars from Japan to travel overseas to study. Ocean voyages were not what they are today, I can tell you. 16 years ago, things were tough for their generation. Your father was an exceptionally fine medical student at University at the time, you know, young lady. Yes, grandmother told me. He went to do research at a great London hospital to study autopsy. Practically unheard of in Japan. Yes, it was an eerie place, sandwiched between the back of a prison and a burial ground. Not more talk of graves. Very often there's no one willing to deal with bodies following autopsy work. Now, you see, autopsy labs have something of an unavoidable relationship with graveyards and prisons. Not my cup of tea at all. Do you remember that Scottish prison governor? Caden, his name was. And he was a very good man. Yes. Then, of course, in our 6th year here, everything changed with that dreadful case. When Genshin was arrested for a series of the most gruesome murders. I said they couldn't believe it. I'd known the man for years. I was witness at the secret hearing, and I tried to speak in his defense, but... Which was a little too far, and ended up facing charges yourself, didn't you? Well, suffice to say that after the trial, we were sent back to Japan. There was nothing more we could do to save Genshin. It was a lost cause, sadly. Oh. Well, if you'll excuse us now. Yes, I'd like to get this trunk up to my room as soon as possible. Oh, I'm so sorry. I should have held you up here for so long. I'll call for the porter then. Just wait here. Nyum. Suzato-san's gone off at a run. I'd like to stay and talk more, but I do have various preparations to make for tomorrow. Yes, of course. It should be a big responsibility representing our entire country. I wish you the best of luck. Naruhodo, I hope you'll keep an eye on Suzato for me. Keep looking after her as you obviously have been. Oh no, I mean, no one's looking after anyone, it's her looking after me. But I do appreciate you being there for her. After all, I've been a miserable father to her. I've thoroughly let her down. Oh? I mean, you're right, but... Sorry? What do you mean? Well, it was 16 years ago that I started my long study tour here in Britain, as you know. And she is 16. Right year Suzato was born. Yes, I heard. He was just like a non-factor in her life until he got back. The birth of my daughter was the most joyous event of my life, but I wasn't fucking there. Sadly, it was accompanied by the most tragic event of my life, too. Oh, yeah. Suzato-san hinted at something like that. Oh no, did her mom die in childbirth? It was a rather turbulent time at home. Did her mom die early on in her life? Anyway, I won't bore you with the details. She was raised by her grandmother. Point is, I became rather less dependable than befits a grown man. It was then that Seishiro offered me the opportunity to study here in Great Britain. Okay, so we didn't miss the birth. It just happened soon after Suzato was born. I was too worried about you to leave you behind. Perhaps I was a little heavy-handed when it came to persuading you to accompany me to London. So, that's what happened in a nutshell. And that's also the reason why I now feel compelled to give my daughter as many opportunities as I dare. The world does not readily afford young women such things. I must say. I completely understand, Professor. One other thing, Naruhodo. If I may be so bold, I have a favor to ask you. Oh, really? Of course. What can I do for you? Well, the thing is, I'm so sorry that took so long. Uh-oh. Mr. Suzato. Now then, allow us to take your bags. Allow me to take your bags. One moment, if you please, porter. Oh, of course, sir. That machine around your neck. It's a camera, I believe. Quite right, sir. Just 5 shillings for a lovely photograph to commemorate a wonderful stay at the hotel, sir. I think given the occasion, we could justify the expense. Yeah, of course. Oh, standing at attention. Suzato giggling. We love a happy Suzato. I'd like to thank you for coming with me, Mr. Naruhodo. It's really made Father very happy, I think. Oh, well, I'm pleased then. But we were interrupted before. Mr. Mikitoba was about to ask me something. Shall we return to Baker Street, then? I expect Iris will have some delicious tea waiting for us. Yes, let's go. Getting more and more anxious about Cosmo, though. Perhaps I'll try to meet with Lord Stronghart later and ask after him. Alright. We'll swing by. Oh, Ben Zieks. Here's the final draft of the opening address for tomorrow's proceeding. Supplemented your original with the figures you asked for from the yard. I see. Excellent. Excellent work. Thank you. You're welcome, my lord. What's Lord Van Zieks doing here? My, there seems to be an awful lot of tension in the air, wouldn't you say? This place is stifling enough as it is. Really don't need any more tension. Spotted. My apologies, I didn't notice you come in. Your small stature and dark dress make you all but invisible to me. Oh, no. It's entirely my fault for wearing black, I'm sure. From now on, you must dress in white from head to toe whenever you come in here. Too much. Too soon. Now then, Mr. Naruhodo. Yes, my lord. I'm right here. Why are you here? Kill me now. Is something wrong? It's a little too hot in here for you. Oh no, not at all. I mean, I've never experienced a room at such a perfect temperature. If you're sure. Beads of sweat carving their way down your face seem to suggest otherwise. Because the daggers you're staring at me with, mainly. As you're no doubt aware, my International Forensic Science Symposium begins tomorrow. In fact, your father arrived in London earlier today, I hear, madam. Oh, yes, that's right, my lord. It's extremely honored to have been invited. I'll leave the remaining preparations for the meeting room in your capable hands then, Lord Van Zieks. I will attend at once. Hello. That's a pointed glance. He gave you a very cold stare as he left, didn't he? I know. I haven't done anything, have I? These past few days, my feet have barely touched the ground, I must say. The dedicated right hand of many years was recently put out of action in spectacular fashion. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Is your left hand still of service? Mr. Naruhodo! He's talking about Dr. Sith! Of course. I'm terribly sorry about that. I was just, Fear not. You've done nothing wrong. The Sith's own wrongdoing precipitated the situation. You needn't concern yourself with it any further. It'd be a lot easier to do if it weren't for the piercing stare you're giving me. That's just my default pose. Lord Van Zieks is doing an admirable job of holding the fort. Though disturbingly, his apprentice has been missing since yesterday. Oh. Missing? What's become of Cosmo-sama now? Could I show you this, Lord Stronghart? I'm the Lord Chief Justice. I'm not here to offer advice about the evidence. Oh. Especially when the evidence in question is so dull. Ah, so that's the real reason. Not long ago, visited numbers for the great exhibition exceeded 30 million. 30 million? Are there even that many people in the world? As comparison, Mr. Naruhodo, the population of the imperial capital of Tokyo is 2 million. I will be opening the International Forensic Science Symposium in the exhibit's main attraction. This event has been 2 years in the making. 2 years of preparations and negotiations with the other countries. It sounds like a tremendous achievement. Congratulations. 20th century will see the wholesale adoption of forensic investigation techniques, and cooperation between policing organizations around the globe will be essential. Which is why this landmark first symposium had to be hosted here, at the heart of our great British Empire, in order that Scotland Yard can become the leading investigative organization of the New World. He's the same as ever, I see. That passion of his is quite something. You're every bit as passionate in your own way, I'm sure, Mr. Naruhodo. I'm the only person in the country who truly cares about a future that embraces forensic science. It's my intention to become Her Majesty's Attorney General and reform the Yard from the ground up. So the disgrace of the forensic investigation team has been a bitter blow to my ambitions. Yeah, about that. I've established the forensic investigation team a year ago, experimentally to start with. Dr. Sith at the helm, it was steadily accruing an impressive record of achievement. It's on the verge of changing its name and elevating its status to a full-blown forensic investigation department. And can you not do that now? Obviously, nobody wants to hear anything about it at the moment. Oof. But I can't keep this story out of the papers. Implying that you can keep stories out of the papers. 6 million Londoners will be cursing forensic science now. This incident will set back our country's defensive advancement in the field by a good 10 years, I'd say. Unintended repercussions of our trial. Yeah, that's true. We simply couldn't have overlooked what happened, though. Of course not. We should all be grateful to you both. Anyways, I'll still reform this country's policing when I become Attorney General. This might delay my plans, but won't alter them. Nothing will stand in my way. Fair enough. Where's Cosmo? About Lord Van Ziek's apprentice. Yes, that came as a surprise to me, I must say, that you would hear our old friends. How did he become an apprentice to Lord Van Ziek's in the first place? It came about 3 months ago. An unidentified Asian man was apprehended by border police. They found him hiding among the crowd. Found him hiding aboard a large goods vessel. Border police? A large goods vessel. Oh my! So he stowed away to get here! He had no papers to identify him, no passport, and he was suffering from amnesia, too. Other than the fact that he was clearly of Eastern descent, there were no clues as to who he was. So I decided to assign him to Lord Van Ziek's. That way I could keep an eye on him. Then why the mask? I didn't want to burden Lord Van Ziek's with tiresome explanations about why he had an Eastern appearance. So it would be so much easier to explain why he was wearing a mask. I mean, it's Lord Van Ziek's, who's known to be quite extra, so it's proving to be a great help to Lord Van Ziek's. I have high hopes for his future. By the way, do you know where he's gone? No idea. I believe he's left London for the time being. Really? Oh. I take it you also didn't know. The man's father was one of our country's most infamous criminals, I mean. Genshin Asogi. Gosh dang Honkai Zone. Did I just accidentally combine 3 games there? I meant to do Honkai Star Asogi. Yeah. Zenless Zone Asogi. We learned that what we learned from that trial 8 days ago was a huge shock. Finding out my friend's father was... yes. Genshin Asogi. Professor Case 10 years ago caused a great stir here in Britain. There were such awful murders, and unprecedented, using a ferocious dog as a murder weapon. No one would have believed the culprit was a foreign student invited to study here by the government. So the true identity of the killer couldn't be made public then and can't be made public now. Nobody in your country knows it was him, and neither do the citizens of London. The main motivation was to avoid aggravating relations between our two nations at the time, I understand. Correct. However, it has to be noted that there were some supporters of the professor's apparent cause. What? Supporters of a mass murder? The majority of the man's victims were a blight on the aristocracy of the day. Somewhat ironically, their deaths actually benefited society as a whole. Or so a fair few thinkers in London believed, anyway. Right. I see. It was still murder, wasn't it? It seems very similar, doesn't it? To the idea of the Reaper of the Bailey. Ah. Couldn't read all these books even if you were reincarnated 6 times over as a bookworm. Can Lord Stronghart really have read all of these? Thinking about it, Father's study is full of books that look as though they've been read too. Oh really? The peddlers of books are forever pushing their wares on him, you see. And I think he's just too kind-hearted to refuse them. There's a phrase for that in Britain. People would say they saw him coming. Makes me wonder if perhaps the vast number of books on the shelves in here are a sign of Lord Strongheart's overwhelming kind-heartedness. I'm not sure you could afford to have that kind heart if you have to keep Lord Van Zieks in line, could you? Alright. Let's go home. Oh? Mask? A man screaming in a most unflattering way. Do you think? Could it have been Mr. Sholmes? Oh my, I do hope not. I don't want to do it now. I don't want to do it anymore. Mon ami. Stop this disgraceful display, huh? Oh no. Oh no. Who are these people? Look at their hair, it's bright red. I think they must be clients of Mr. Sholmes. Gina! Right, you two. You're coming with me now, down to the clink. No, not prison. It is dark and damp and I don't like it. Boh, the darkness, it is my friend. I am not scared. But you are always scared of the dark. Shut your mouth, you idiot. I will sit quietly in the dark and plan our next daring heist. I don't like this. I don't like it. Well, tough. We'll finish this down at the yard. Now get moving. Bye then, Ginny. Have fun. Hi, Iris. Oh yeah, thanks, Iris. And thanks. Yeah, great detective. Where's Sholmes? Gina makes a fine detective herself, doesn't she? Oh, Susie. And Runo. Hello, Iris. We're home. Well, did you find your daddy? Yes! We arrived at the hotel just before he and his friend. Oh, well that's great news. I hope I'll get to see my daddy again soon. Yes, of course. To John H. Wilson. So, Iris, all that remains now is the greatest of problems known to man. Ah! Before we concern ourselves with that, I believe some tea is in order, don't you, my dear fellows? You're Ginger. Is something wrong, Mr. Naruhodo? Do I have a crumb or such like on my face? Not so much on your face. It's on your head, I'd say. Come along then, everyone. I brewed a lovely special blend. Time for tea. Whatever is going on here today? In that case, let us sit and drink now. Or, I am, in fact, expecting a guest later on today. Yeah. What in the bloody hell is going on here? Mr. Sholmes, about this. Tell me, Mr. Naruhodo, this is the first time you've shown me this particular trinket. Oh, I don't really remember, to be honest. If by saying that it's a collar for a breed of miniature canine with a particularly long neck would precipitate a "here we go again" from your lips, we could be sure it was not the first time. Deduction, you see, my dear fellow. Deduction. Okay, that was worth it. So, Mr. Sholmes? Who are those two gentlemen that were here before? Oh, just a pair of petty criminals. Nothing of significance. Of course, they have to make a living, somehow. When the mood takes me, I'm willing to turn a blind eye to all manner of infractions. When the mood takes you? All manner of infractions? But when such fellows set their sights on Mr. Herlock Sholmes, well, that's when their luck runs out. Oh my! You were the target of a crime, Mr. Sholmes? But I quickly devised a plan to entrap them and deliver them to our young detective ally. You should have asked Gregsy to come too. We could have had an arresting tea party. I did send word, but no answer was forthcoming. Man is consumedly in the wrong place at the wrong time. Consummately at the wrong place at the wrong time. There's a word for it, I'm sure. Ah, I have it. A bungler. That's the word. It's a good job he's not here to hear you say that. Oh, dear lady. If it pleases you, little lady, I'll have some tea. Those redheads had been up to no good. I wonder what the men did. What's the greatest problem? What was that about the greatest of problems known to man that you mentioned before? Is it with a fiendishly intricate case, Mr. Sholmes? What to have for dinner? How shall I best explain it? Are you aware of the theory of evolution by natural selection, perchance? Aye? Well, I think I've heard talk of it somewhere. Possibly. It's a revolutionary scientific theory that was newly proposed 40 years ago. By Mr. Charles Darwin. According to its author, Mr. Darwin, we humans were once apes who lived in the treetops. Wait, what? We were apes? Indeed, and from the very moment those apes descended from the canopy to live as humans, it's been our lot to be at the mercy. The greatest problem known to man. What's for dinner? Our lot? What is this great problem, Mr. Sholmes? Why, is it not obvious, my dear madam? The problem of rent. Ah. But the apes who were living in trees back then didn't have to worry about property taxes. Dearie, dearie me. But did you not receive a rather large sum of money from Madame Tuspel's only the other day? Pshaw, a large sum. On potted earth, I was in a new motor car for me later, and all of it has quite disappeared, I should say. A new car. Honestly, Hurley, you know you squandered it. A car. Yes, well, anyway, 2 days ago, I discovered the answer to man's greatest problem, for the coming month at least. And what was the answer? Why, there is a substantial clue before your very eyes. Don't tell me. Let me see. Your red hair. Humans are sorry creatures, unable to see what is in front of their noses. Let me give you some assistance. Don't look, but observe me very closely. There's one particular feature about my person that has changed. You should notice it in the end, I think. It's the mask hanging around your neck. In the end? You've been stabbing me in both eyes right from the very beginning of our conversation. Yeah, really. I think we might need another clue before we uncover the full answer, Mr. Naruhodo. Thanks for the hint. I'll be tearing my hair out if this charade goes on much longer. Mr. Sholmes, it's about time you told us the truth. Just over a week ago, you said to us, I will now tell you something of the first importance, my dear fellow. Great detectives are wont to lie. It will serve you well to remember that. It's a hell of a line. That case aboard the SS Buria in January. Cosmo wasn't killed, and you knew he wasn't dead at the time. So what was really going on? The fellow was unconscious for a very long time. If he hadn't regained consciousness when he did, his life would have been in mortal peril. Of course, the side effect of the prolonged comatose state was amnesia, as you now know. It was a simple enough task to silence the crew. But how? After they'd carried him out of the cabin, I assembled them in the lobby area. I made them swear to leave him unconscious and have him unlaid from the ship in Hong Kong as a murdered corpse. Oh, how horrible! It's necessary to find some material with which to persuade the crewmen to keep their word, of course. But why? Why do it in the first place? I will be at liberty to elaborate in due course. But for the time being, I would like to reassure you. I didn't foresee subsequent events. What events? His disappearance in Hong Kong. Oh! I believe I may have made a gross error of judgment. Mr. Sholmes. The mask Cosmo wore when he was with Cyan to Lord Van Zieks as his apprentice. We cast to decide after the trial the other day, I just sort of picked it up. I want to give it back to him, I suppose. He has his memory back now, doesn't he? I can't help feeling he might turn around and tell me coldly to wear it myself. But isn't he your best friend? What the hell can we make of things up here? Good news that Professor Mikitoba arrived safely, isn't it? Yes, it's wonderful. In fact, that father has been invited to this important international event. But he makes me very proud to be his daughter. Oh, your father, fucking doing it again. Judge Jigoku, us, and Cosmo, of course. There's an ever-increasing number of Japanese here in Britain's capital, isn't there? Well, yes, I suppose so. But London does have a population of 6 million people. So I think we're still a minority. Zato-san's father, who came here as a visiting student 16 years ago, Kazuma, It's almost as if some greater power has been at work, drawing them from here across the ocean to London. I feel as though the waters are starting to swell again now. Did I miss something? Fair enough. My eyes are always drawn to this big metal chest that Mr. Sholmes and Iris use as a coffee table. Isn't it where Iris keeps her very important papers? It is. So you think that they treat it with more care, really? Only the day I saw Mr. Sholmes kick it. Oh no! I suppose something must have been frustrating him. What a shame to mistreat the furniture, though. Was it damaged? The chest was fine. Mr. Sholmes was doubled up on the floor for almost 10 minutes. Good. Oh dear, that is a painful tale. What's in the paper? Looks like last week's edition. What's that article circled in red ink there? It's in an advertisement column. It says, "To the Red-Headed League." The Red-Headed League? What's that? Ah, I don't know. I've never heard of it before, but... Yeah. There's something on my face. Maybe this has something to do with that. Lively hair. Ah, £4 per week if you are a redhead. A fantastic money-making opportunity. On account of the bequest of the late Ezekiel Hopkins of Lebanon, PA. Oh shit, it's up the road from me. There's down to the vacancy open. She tells a member of the League a salary of £4 a week for purely nominal services. Red-headed men who are sound in body and mind and above the age of 21 years are eligible. Blind person on the morning of the 31st at the large park on Lime Street. Oh. Retrospective? Really, more than any other nation, Britain has been successful in its endeavors, thanks in part to the generosity of its many investors. A long, illustrious tradition of fostering inquiries into sciences. Lest be forgotten, this is the nation that gave to the world the genius of Sir Isaac Newton. However, there is one other factor at work, the shifting field of economic thought. Despite the fact that Adam Smith's magnum opus, The Wealth of Nations, was published in 1776, the true doctrine of laissez-faire has only begun to truly take root in its last few decades. It remains to be seen just how influential and enduring his ideas will prove to be. Oh, good old laissez-faire. Shorter lengths of overcoats recently have been a great boon. Contrivance and freedom it offers. Preserving warmth and fashion is highly pleasurable indeed. Very nice. On the health report, despite the condition in the city of London itself of late, has been a positive year so far in public health. There have been fewer cases of consumption reported when compared to this time last year, and smallpox is at an all-time low. Thanks to the vaccinations. Pay attention, people. Offered at the smallpox and fever hospitals throughout the various parts of London. Doctors, however, warn that there appears to be the beginning of yet another cholera epidemic on the horizon. While the cause of such outbreaks remains unclear, the public is strongly advised to drink only water which has been previously boiled. St. Bartholomew Hospital, a teaching hospital of... The consensus among doctors and scientists of all nations whereby the theory of miasma is being soundly rejected as experiment after experiment has yielded conclusive evidence in support of what physician John Snow does know something, oh shit, has concluded many years prior that there's a strong correlation between contaminated water and the prevalence of certain diseases. In fact, the latest news derived from the continent is consistent with our own research into the so-called germ theory, which minuscule microorganisms are the actual causes of a great many. Little communities has already begun an earnest to identify and categorize these tiny creatures. Germ theory, heck yeah. Health services notices, yep. Interesting. I always like reading this flavor and stuff. Looks like there's some uncertain advertisement in this paper, Mr. Sholmes. To the Red-Headed League. Does that strike you in some way? I was thinking that just maybe it might be related to your bright red hair. So, at last you've learnt to apply my methods, Mr. Naruhodo. Sorry? In the first instance, quite indispensable observation. Believe me, I could have seen that hair with my eyes shut. So then, allow me to regale you with the details of my latest exploits. Regale or boast? Alright, regale me. So what is the Red-Headed League, which seems to be the subject of the advertisement you've circled? You noticed it in the paper, then? That, my dear fellow, was going to be the source of this month's rent payment. It was? How? According to the advertisement, Red-Headed League is a distinguished institution of fellows of unspecified governance. In fact, the only condition for becoming a member is having red hair. That doesn't entirely surprise me. Listen to what the lucky redheads receive once they join. An unconditional salary of £4 a week. Oh my, £4 a week. Why? What are they paying people for? That I don't know. No details are given in the advertisement. But surely every red-headed person in the country would be flocking to join in that case. You're right, Susie. There's no time to lose. I'll put in my application at once. So will I, just on the off chance that they don't notice. I'd be stretching a point, I think. Trouble is, they have a fixed number of members, you see. Oh, I see. So once a certain number of people have joined, no one else can. But as luck would have it, one member recently passed away. It, wasn't particularly lucky for the redheaded in question, I feel, Mr. Sholmes. So you decided to try and join in his place. Correct. I mean, look at me. Have you ever seen such a red-headed fellow? No. So why? Why did it have to go so wrong? What on earth happened? A blunder, Mr. Naruhodo. Though it pains me to admit it. Alright, what happened? What'd you actually do to your hair, Mr. Sholmes? I'm glad you asked, Mr. Zato. You see, atop my head is neither dyed nor a meth nor a hair piece. I changed the color of my hair overnight. By the wonders of chemistry. Chemistry? I was conducting some research into a method of rejuvenating spent tea leaves. In the course of my work, I stumbled upon a potion that, when taken, turns one's hair aflame like red. Would you like to try it? It'll make every hair on your body perfectly crimson. Sick? I think I'll pass. Mr. Sholmes, is it quite safe to drink? Surely it isn't bad for you. Amateurs are always hampered by such fears. I should never have doubted you, Mr. Sholmes. You mean to say? Of course, I've been shitting myself all night. To earn £12 a week, I must be prepared to turn a blind eye to a little danger. That degree of red signals more than just a little danger, surely. So anyway, Early left full of confidence yesterday with his new red hair. For the park on the Lime Street where the Red-Headed League would be interviewing prospective new members. So what went wrong? The whole park was choked with red-headed folk. Like a Custer's orange barrel. A cute rate hour solid before at last I reached the front. When the panel of interviewers saw me, they immediately said, "Ah, Mr. Sherlock Sholmes, are you in disguise to conduct an investigation?" Ah! So naturally, I had no choice but to reply, "Shh, don't give me away." After which I could do little else but turn and leave. And this morning, when I looked in the mirror, irritation stirred within me. So I turned that pair into the police. Ah! Oh dear, what a disaster. For Hurley and those two redheads. Just out of spite, more than anything. Ding-a-ling-a-ling. Aha! Here's my guest now, my latest client, with money to spend. Oh, I do hope it's an exciting case, Hurley. Remember, Iris, we are at present gripped by the greatest problem known to man. Rent. Be willing to accept any case, no matter how unstimulating. Save locating a runaway, of course. We're gonna be locating a runaway. Don't spare anyone's feelings, will you? Oh dear. I'm afraid that Hurley can lack a little in tact, especially just before the rent is due. Jesus. Mr. Sholmes! Mr. Sherlock Sholmes! Please. Oh, please. Juror number 2? Please find my husband. He's run away. To upset me? I beg your pardon? Never mind. A personal matter. My apologies.